Hi, how you doing? Justin here. Today we're going to be testing some acoustic guitar strings. Now, this is kind of for myself as much as it is for you guys, because I've often wondered what the difference was between Phosphor and Phosphor Bronze and 80/20 and coated strings, and whether they really sound that different. So what I've got today, I've got some D'Addario EXP 19 strings, which are coated strings. So they've got that special coating on. I always thought that it made them sound a little less bright, but we're going to find out today whether that's really true or whether it's in my imagination. So I've got those ones. I've got some D'Addario Phosphor Bronze, okay, which it says here are warm, bright and balanced. So we can try those out as well and see. And we've also got some D'Addario 80/20 Bronze, okay. So I'm really interested to find out how the difference is between the 80/20 Bronze, the Phosphor Bronze and the coated strings. So are they really going to sound very different, or are they going to sound pretty similar? So I'm using my Mate and Messiah guitar. I've in the other part of my studio here, I've got two microphones set up, a Neumann KM84 and a KM86. I record both of them at the same time. I'll also be recording a DI out of the guitar, and I'm going to mix them in Pro Tools, make sure it sounds really nice, but I'm going to use the same EQ and the same everything on all of the different strings, so you can really hear a difference. I'm going to make sure I've got little lines drawn on the floor to make sure I'm in exactly the same position. So it'll be really interesting to see how different these strings sound. Well, I found that really interesting. Maybe I'm a bit too much of a geek. It's possible, I guess, that you didn't hear the difference between any of the different strings, especially, I guess, if you're listening on a computer with not particularly great speakers. So I've put a higher resolution version of this audio on my website, so you might want to look that up and have a listen with some good quality headphones or through good speakers to hear the differences. To my ears, and actually I need to give you the big reveal first. So set A, with the D'Addario EXP 19, which are a coated string, okay? So they're going to have a lot longer life. For me, they sounded a little bit flatter. They didn't have quite the crispness of the other two. Now, might be a reasonable payoff on some of my acoustic guitars that I don't play that often, that I'm not recording with. I'm probably more likely to use the coated strings on because they will last longer. So if I get the guitar out, use it, and then put it away again, and I don't touch it for a few months, the strings are going to come out sounding pretty damn good still, you know, compared to the bronze strings and the phosphor strings, which tend to corrode a lot faster. So there's that payoff between the brightness or crispness of the sound and how long the strings last. Okay, so that's definitely worth considering still. It's yeah, like I said, the guitars I don't play too much, I'm probably going to put these strings on those. So set B was the 8020 Bronze. Now, on the front of the packet here, it says deep, bright and projecting tone. And I don't think I could have put it any better myself, really, because I could definitely hear a little bit more bottom end in the sound, and they were a more crisp. Maybe not crisp is the right word, but kind of brittle is a bad word. But actually, that was the thing I liked about them, was this, they had a real crisp, bright kind of upper mid thing going on, which really projected and cut through well. And in fact, I think these are the ones that I'm going to leave on this guitar. So this is the guitar that I tend to use more for kind of strumming and rhythm parts that want to cut through a little bit more, where I tend to use the smaller body mate and the court jester for the fancy fingerstyly stuff, which I would tend to use set C, which was the Phosphor Bronze. Again, it says warm, bright and balanced. And that is, again, exactly how I would describe those strings. It's funny, maybe they know what they're talking about. I'm pretty sure that they know exactly what they're talking about when they describe them that way. So my decision at the end of that will be the EXPs are going to go on all of the guitars I don't play too much. The 8020 Bronze is what I'm going to use on this guitar when I'm doing a lot of strumming. And for the guitars that I do the fingerstyly ones, I'm going to use the Phosphor Bronze. So it's a really interesting thing that they are actually all different, and they've got a different purpose, and they're all valuable. And I kind of understand now why there's not like one particular set of strings which is the best, because there isn't really the best. It depends on what it is that you want out of the strings, like what sort of song you're playing, how often you use that guitar, and all of that sort of stuff. So I found that really fascinating, and I can't believe that it's taken me so long to do this. I should have done this years ago. Yeah, but I hope you enjoyed it too, and it might help you make a decision about what strings you put on your acoustic guitar. And I'll see you for plenty more guitar lessons very soon. You take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.